sube y baja. Hay un postre que se llama papá.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about Barcelona's financial comeback and the future plans. We're going to break it all down because Barcelona financially are going up. And I believe that for Barcelona to make a statement right now on October 7th, 7 months before the presidential elections, this is exactly what the world does need to hear, what the socios need to hear, because this is what's going to allow for Joan Laporta to continue his project at the club and go for a third term. So this was a year of economic recovery. FC Barcelona have released its latest financial report describing the 2024-2025 season as a year of economic recovery, and we're heading towards long-term stability. It's been claimed that we have had an ordinary profit of 2 million, making it the second consecutive year for us to achieve profit. And this is with Barcelona not even playing at the Spotify Camp Nou, but playing at the Estadio Olímpic, where we do see less revenues. It's also been reported that Barcelona have a total operating income that has reached 994 million, and that is driven by strong stadium attendance, massive merchandising growth, and a record sponsorship deal that does give us a total of 260 million euros. And let's break that down, right? Because the renewed partnership with Nike and Barcelona's expanding global e-commerce network is now active over 170 countries, and it pushed the merchandising sales to 170 million. That is up 55% from the previous year. And of course, we have the cherry on top, where Barcelona's YouTube channel is now the most followed sports channel in the world, showcasing that they have social media dominance, that there are fans out there that want more from this club, that are willing to invest more money, leading to more revenues. So I'm glad to hear that Joan Laporta is now maneuvering Barcelona away from this reckless financial mess that they were in a few years ago that was led by Bartomeu. All of this is just about rebuilding sustainability. Another big claim Joan Laporta has made with FC Barcelona is the club's total debt now has been reduced to 469 million, which is a massive 90 million euro improvement from the previous year. Remember where we came from 3 to 4 years ago. It was always reported, and it became a meme, that Barcelona were in debt by 1.1 billion. Now we stand here today saying that we're only in debt by 469 million. Also, Barcelona's wage bill now represents just 54% of ordinary income, which means that Barcelona are now comfortable and within UEFA's financial limits. So looking ahead, right, going into the 2025-2026 season, here are going to be the projections. Barcelona's ordinary revenues of 1.075 billion for the 2025-2026 season is very much real. Like, this could definitely happen because they're going to gradually return to the re-innovated Spotify Camp Nou. So they expect another rise in matchday income, commercial expansion, and potentially leading to a third year of positive results. So I think that the overall message here is very clear, and I want you guys to really hear it out here. Barcelona's economic comeback is taking a firm shape. It's something that is real, something that's going to benefit us in the long run, and hopefully in the end, by the time we get into the summer of 2026 and we have those days where we can host games at the Spotify Camp Nou, it leads towards Barcelona having more spending power. Of course, let's not break the bank and put ourselves in the predicament that we were in 4 to 5 years ago, but still, if we want to be able to spend 60 to 80 million euros on a certain player, we want to be able to do that without any sacrifices, like getting into debt again or needing to let go of certain stars that we have just to bring in another player that we do want. We want to be able to do that in a comfortable way. So I'm happy to hear that Joan Laporta is doing his job and that Barcelona is going towards the direct direction. Apart from that, I also want to speak about Deco speaking out and giving his message to the squad. We're going to go into the sporting level within this conversation, and Deco had a lot to say. Ever since Barcelona had 2 consecutive defeats against Sevilla and PSG, Deco broke his silence, and this is what he said: "We're not as magnificent or as excellent as people painted us last season. We are a great team when we work together, when we're all united, but not when we're not capable of sacrificing ourselves for our teammates. We're a very difficult team to beat when we play as one, but if we think quality comes before effort, we have a problem." And that's very much true. This is exactly what we have been talking about in the past 5 to 8 days, is the fact that Barcelona are not showing that they are united. They're not showing that they're willing to sacrifice. They're not showing that they're willing to press, get the ball back, and play as a team. We were like that last season. We were much more organized, way more vocal, way more enthusiastic on how we did play, and here for some reason we had a drop drop off. I'm going to admit that. Barcelona are worse this season compared to the last season. It could change because we're still in October. We still have about 6 to 7 months of the season left. So things could change. But as of right now, I would tell you that this team is very easy to beat. And I have also explained that with the system that we do have, it does work. We know it works. We know it brings us massive results. However, if you bring in only 80% of your energy, this system is going to be a failure. And Barcelona will not win a single trophy this season. I promise you guys. Even with us performing at 80 to 90, maybe even 95%, Barcelona will not win a single thing. Not the Champions League, not La Liga, not the Copa del Rey, not the Spanish Super Cup, nothing. I promise. You guys hear it here first. Our system is high risk, high reward. So if we want to go out there and confront the opposition, we have to go out there with a lot of bravery, with a lot of conviction, to train harder, have great mental condition, physical condition. And if not, everything's going to fall apart. And that's why Deco is saying we have to perform as one. We have to be united. And I hope and I would assume that once Rafinha and Yamal and Fermin do return alongside with Gavi, Barcelona can be on another level. So I think that right now, Deco's words does come at a time of where Barcelona is at a low point with Hansi Flick. Pedri even admitted himself that we have lacked intensity, and they have lacked intensity against Sevilla. And Flick also stated that, yes, we're not that good. We're being very inconsistent, but he's also confident they can bounce back after the international break. And so I also do want that. I also want Barcelona to bounce back. I want Barcelona to believe that they can win everything again, but we must be united. And this is what's going to lead me towards the next conversation, because Deco also talked about us signing a striker. And Deco said there is no need to be obsessed with signing a number 9. Maybe it's possible to play without a traditional striker. He pointed out that PSG won the Champions League without a classic striker, and added that Ferran Torres can play as a number 9 if needed. He also claimed talking about a number 9 right now is wrong. This is not the time to discuss about transfers. Now, here's the thing. We have been discussing who Barcelona should sign for the number 9 position in the future, and that's normal. We know that Lewandowski is up there in age. The reason why Deco is ruling all of this out is because Deco is not going to say that they're looking for a brand new number 9 and that they have a list in October, especially knowing that we're in the middle of the season. Deco's not going to say that. Can you imagine Deco saying, yeah, we have a list of 3 to 4 players that can maybe replace Lewandowski in the future? That is not what these players need to hear today. They don't. They need to know that the only thing that matters is today and the results for this season, and not think about, oh my God, I'm going to get replaced, or oh my God, is my future going to be in jeopardy if I don't perform because they have a list of players that they want to replace me with. Like, that type of thinking cannot go through the players' minds. And we talked about that, right? So like, we have to have total resilience, total focus for this season, and not worry about anything else. Deco is not going to say that they're looking for a brand new number 9. That is why he stated there is no need to be obsessed with signing a number 9, because he wants to give Lewandowski and Ferran Torres the calm. I also am going to disagree with what Deco said about how PSG won the Champions League without a classic striker. I think that yes, he's right that PSG won the Champions League without a striker, but we're not PSG, are we? We are FC Barcelona that is coached by Hansi Flick with a much different system, with different players. PSG is not our reference. PSG is not the team that we want to replicate. That's not us. So just because they succeeded without a striker doesn't mean that we can also succeed without a striker. This team definitely needs a number 9, and a number 9 that can score a lot of goals, that is young, athletic, willing to press. And if not, then what? Like, you're going to tell me that you have ideas about placing Yamal in the number 9 position with Rashford on the left, Rafinha on the right, Gavi behind, or Fermin Lopez behind? I just don't think that's in the plans of Hansi Flick. Deco is wrong here. And we saw that with Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo played as a false number 9, and Barcelona did not do well. So when Deco states that we're not obsessing for a number 9, that's true. We're not. That is what he should say. But in terms of us trying to replicate PSG and looking at PSG and saying, oh yeah, because they played without a striker and won the Champions League, that means that we can. No, that has to be off. I'm sorry. So all in all, planning for the future is going to be crucial for Barcelona. And there's definitely priorities for the summer of 2026. I'm going to be talking about that in a later video and talk about the 2 areas that Barcelona are going to need to reinforce. And it is exactly what Deco knows, right? We're going to be talking about what players can reinforce the striker position and what player can reinforce the center back position. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because that video is also going to be posted up very, very soon. If you guys are FC Barcelona fans, this is going to be the channel for you guys, where I talk about everything in regards to FC Barcelona. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.